Leanne, I'm so excited that you're here. And I'm excited to share your journey about everything that kind of came up for you, what transpired, and what really transformed with your journey with MYP. So, before we get started, I'd love for you to share a little bit about yourself. What is it that you do, and really who do you serve?
Okay. So actually, really wasn't until maybe the last couple weeks where I've really started getting a little more clarity on what it is I do and who I serve. Um, and the best way that I can kind of put it is right now I help my clients improve their quality of life. That's really what it kind of comes down to, by just helping them improve their movements.
That's
So,
amazing.
yeah, my background is more the personal trainer side.
Yeah.
But I've been in the industry now for about 10 years. And with that, with that time, I was able to slowly just find my way in
Yeah.
in the fitness industry,
Right.
unquote. Yeah.
Yes, totally. I know that
Yeah.
you're an incredible trainer, but you do so much more. And I'd love for you to share a little bit about where you were before you came into the MYP space, because I know what you did before is so different than what you're doing now. And I'd love to
Right.
bring people on a little bit of a journey about where you were in your business, where you were emotionally, and where were things kind of what was kind of happening in your life before you came to us?
So I did come to you guys almost actually a year ago. It was last
Yeah.
May. So prior to that, I was with a commercial gym for about 8 9 years. I'd left that job in December of 19, right before everything kind of happened, and I left because I was in a space that I know no longer. It's not what I wanted to do. It's
Right.
I knew I could help others in a different way,
Right.
than what the clientele and the members and that were coming through at a commercial gym. Um, and then of course everything kind of happened with COVID and everything, and I was just lost completely in like every sense of that word. Yes, professionally, I did lose the next job I took at a private gym. Um, so that gym kind of closed down in March. And then, of course, with the whole world shutting down, it was just a
Right.
really rough place to be. As far as just even now, what
Right.
like right on top of okay, now what with the world? Like, I can't even focus on myself, let alone yeah, just trying to figure out what am I supposed to be doing? what what direction can I even go in?
Got it.
Yeah.
So it feels like you were kind of like in this whirlwind of in between jobs, things are closing down, there's a lot of uncertainty.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so what came up for you in that moment that you decided to say, yes, I want to go all in. I want to monetize my passion. I want to figure out how to create something so much bigger than what I've done before. What was that thing that made you say, yes, I'm all in, let's do it?
I mean, it was a combination of a lot of things. They always say everything kind of happens for a reason. Um, and I think starting with that December 19 of leaving that commercial gym kind of got me rolling on getting back on track. And one of my really good friends, Catherine, who was in the program, really she didn't even have to she didn't sell me on anything. She just simply
Right,
asked, what is it that I want to do? And
right,
the things that I did want to do, it's not anything that you could find in from an employer, or it's not your typical job. And I've always, even from high school times, I've always had it in me to, I don't want to do this, especially if I'm told to do it. I don't want to do it.
Right.
And I've always found my ways with other things.
Yeah.
And so I think it was just at a point of, I mean, you can call it my lowest point. Last year was really hard, and the way that I was connected to you, and it was just all perfect timing. And I
Yeah.
knew when I heard about what it was, and then when I got on the first call with you, just to get more answers and clarity on what it is,
Yeah.
um, it just felt right. Is the best way I could
Right.
put it. Right. It was just I was just tired. I was just tired of
Yeah.
trying to do things on my own and just trying to forge a path that I had no idea what I was doing or what I was forging
Right.
to. Yeah.
Right. So one of the things that you said, Leanne, was, you're trying to figure out a lot on your own. And I think one of the things that people get stuck on in general is feeling like they have to figure out everything on their own. Because one of the biggest things that I've seen you transformed so much to the point that now you are fully booked out with all of your clients, to the point that we're now teaching you how to leverage and scale into groups and build more ecosystems
Right.
so you can take on more clients, which is a pretty incredible thing from going from where you were to where you are now. Now, what would you say to somebody that is sitting there, maybe trying to figure out all of this on their own, but knows that there's new levels to obviously creating in their business and serving more people, but also on their income and where they really want to go?
So I get, let me backpedal just a little bit. So I am where I'm at now. I'm at a private country club. So it is a totally different just level of people, not level in good or bad, just different than what I was used to. And with that, in the last 2, 3 months, what I've learned from them and what now I really understand is that you you really you can do it on your own. But so far, everyone I've met who are in positions where I want to be, they've never done it on their own. They've always had
Right.
just other leadership to help guide them. Um, so my biggest thing to tell others would definitely just be like, if you know that there's something bigger that you want to do, reach out. Just find
Yeah.
someone who's, number one, at least has done it, has done what
Yeah.
you want to do. um
Yeah.
yeah, and just explore, just meet other people and
Yep.
see how you feel about it. And when I met you, like, the feeling was totally correct,
That's
totally right.
awesome.
Yeah.
I love that. So, just to share with everybody on your journey. So, before you were working at a private gym, you worked at another gym, you've been a personal trainer for 10 years, and now you've actually created your own practice with inside of a facility, but you're facilitating your completely own programs that are sold at a completely different price point. You have full ownership over your own business. So you are
Right.
not an employee. You're creating online programs, and now you're transitioning into your group program. Let's talk a little bit about what has changed for you in your mindset since joining MYP, from your income, your personal, because I know there's been so many things, and I'd love for you to just share.
So going through MYP, I don't think I had, or I just didn't realize, I wasn't able to recognize where I sat. In other words, I was holding on to a lot of, oh, but I'm just a personal trainer. How can I
Right,
don't, how am I able to develop anything more?
right,
I'm just working in a gym. I'm just, I put all these limitations on myself. And it's kind of funny because felt I was a personal trainer. In other words, when I stepped into the role, coming off of my own transformation in my health and fitness. And even when I became a personal trainer, that first like day or two, it was just like, dude, this is not me. Like, how am I even here? Um, but of course, I did have to kind of step into that role, and so now it's almost the same thing, kind of like that growth bubble that you kind of go through, like until it really pops. I'm just still my mindset's here, but it should be a little bit, it's on the next level. And it's just been like I'm really starting to understand how I always assumed that the country club leveled me up, but I really started to realize that my journey brought that country club to me. Like I'm now on, yeah. And so even with the people I'm now serving, yes, totally different than what I'm used to. However, they are in a space to, I'm able to serve them at like my highest potential right now. And I literally just realized that in the last month or last week or so. And that, like, acknowledging that, I think was the key to now put my mindset into a little bit more of a alignment with what I really feel like. It's not work when I go, yeah, it's really just these people have a problem that I can actually help with. So it's just been such an amazing last couple of months, to just see everything that's coming out of MYP. So
that's
yeah.
awesome. And I know, like, just even, and this is something that we do with all of it, like, we want to check in with our people. And one of the things that we're talking about now is like, you completed MYP and you really graduated around 3-ish months ago. And I wanted to reach out and say, hey, Leanne, how's everything going? And all of a sudden, you're completely booked out. You're enrolling 6K clients. You're completely maxed out on the amount of people that you can actually work with one-on-one, and you're doing it in a totally different model than you were before. And it's getting to the point that you're now really growing your business at a totally new financial height, which has been amazing, amazing, amazing to see. So what would you say that if somebody's looking for mentorship or coaching, what would you say that MYP gave you that was different than any other space?
I came out of it with a much better understanding of purpose. So again, going through MYP, I think on our very first call before I joined MYP, I think I kind of posed the statement to you that, Leah, I don't care. Not that I don't care, but I don't care about the business side of things. But if you tell me that this is going to give me some of the most growth I'm going to go through just as a person, then I'm all in. And that's exactly what you guys gave me. It was, I mean, yes, I do have now a structure and an understanding of how I can just use what I do have in me to create a business and to create a life. And so now business and life are almost interchangeable to me, is in when I use it in talking. And it's just been amazing.
I know.
Yeah.
It's beautiful because I know you so well, and parts of it is just like, I'm a little speechless. I don't know, because I've seen your journey, and it's just been like the amount of community that you have, and even the fact that one of our clients brought you in. It's just been, and the friendships that you guys have formed, and the level of depth of connection within all of you, and celebrating all of your success, that this is we've created a family that people feel like they're really a part of, and they are when they come into our
Right.
program after they graduate and everywhere in between, because it's been such a beautiful experience that everybody goes through. I think that
Mm-hmm.
when we're looking at our business, sometimes we look at it from this very strategic lens and only that lens. Don't get me wrong, that lens is really powerful as well. But if we don't look at it with, how do you develop the person that's going to run that business? And that's the very thing that I've seen you do so well. And you just dove so far into it, and seeing you on this side of it has just been this magical experience that I get to experience. And it's just been so amazing. And seeing all the people that you're serving and the leaders in your community that are coming to you because of who you are,
Yeah, that's
it's just been
yeah,
like, oh my gosh, this is
yeah.
amazing. So I've loved watching your journey. I'm so grateful that I've been a part of it and continue to be a part of it. So
Hmm.
my last question that I would love for you to share is, if somebody is thinking, could this really be it for me? Could this be the next step for me? And maybe MYP would be that. What would you share with them?
Do it. Just do it. If you're even thinking a little bit about it, I mean, it so last year MYP was the first time that I really invested in myself.
Right.
Um to a point that I was questioning, like,
Yes.
okay, like, is this for real? Am I even going to be able to do this?
Right.
Um, However, those are the points that, like, yeah, we got to do it. Like, that's the only way I'm gonna, you know, push through. That's the only way anyone's gonna push through.
Yeah.
And so I think if you even have a feeling of like, yeah, I can see how this would benefit me. Um,
Right.
just do it. I promise it's gonna be
Mm.
well worth it. I mean,
Mm.
I've not, I can't explain, I guess, with words on how what I got out of it. I think is the best, but it's literally been the best thing I've ever invested in. It's I definitely wouldn't be where I'm at now, mentally, career wise, financially, emotionally, um, if I didn't have MYP and the other hustlers and the MYP team and last year. Yeah, I
Mm.
think everything was just fitting to get connected to all of this at the lowest point, that what felt like the lowest point for me. And I
Right.
mean, I can't imagine if I had came in at a higher point, how much
Right.
more I could have, right? So it's, if you're even thinking about it, if you even have a little inclination, feeling to just do it, just jump on it. You're getting that feeling for a reason. And
Mm.
yeah.
Leanne, I love you. You're so amazing. And here's the thing,
Oh,
like, you did the work though. Yes, we are here. I'm so grateful you've allowed us to hold space for you and to guide you and to mentor you, but you also did the work. So I just I'm so thankful that you took the time to share your experience and your story today. And I
yeah, of
can't wait to see
course.
you grow and
Yeah.
transform over this year. It's going to be amazing. We'll
Yeah.
definitely keep you all posted on Leanne's success.
Yeah. Yeah. So starting the next part of the journey with you guys.
Yes.
I'm so excited. So
I'm
excited.
so excited to see what you create in Legacy. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah. So,
Yes.
but yeah, I'm just so grateful. Just so grateful to have
Mm,
just gone through and like like you said, the space that you guys have created. between the people I've met, and oh, it's been amazing. Family is definitely the word. Yeah.
Yes, beautiful. Thank you so much, Leanne. I appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye.
Bye.